Hey, what's up? We're about to do the exploration phase of Elden Ring, the board game, and we're going to explore it, and then we're going to be doing a big boss fight. And that's going to be over on Alex's channel on Board Game Code, so make sure to check out the big boss fight, because it's Elden Ring. You know there's big, cool boss fights, and Alex is awesome, so make sure to check out that video over there, and we're going to get to exploring.
But before we do that, let's go ahead and do a quick overview of Elden Ring, the board game. Elden Ring, the board game, is a cooperative quest-based campaign game based on the smash hit game Elden Ring. Note that everything you're about to see are prototype components and are subject to change. Also, this is an overview for specifically the quest that we played, so certain things may be different if playing a different quest, but this should give a general overview of the board game as a whole. This game is built into two halves, exploration and then the boss fight. Each player will have a specific character that will have a special ability, and they will start with some equipment and armor. When exploring, all characters will start on a hex tile. Throughout the whole game, whenever it's your turn, you will get to take 3 actions. You may explore and bring out a hex adjacent to the hex you're on, you may move to an adjacent hex, though you may not move over these red barriers, and you may interact with tokens on the hexes. During the exploration phase, you are trying to complete objectives. These may require you to fight enemies or interact with specific tokens on the board. These tokens here are materials that will give you cards which may be used for objectives, side quests, and more. These tokens here give you extra lives that you can use if you die while in a fight. These ones here are merchants who can give you hints and secrets that may be helpful during the boss fight. These tokens allow you to warp in and join your companion on a fight that they are in. And these are NPCs who will be holding tantalizing side quests for you to go on. And finally, these tokens are encounters with enemies you will have to defeat. You cannot interact with anything else on a tile with an encounter until someone engages with it. When you hop into a fight, you will take your book with battle maps and open it to the page shown on the token. You will populate it with enemies, and then when it's your turn again, you will fight. Note that only you go into this fight. The other players are still out exploring, and the game doesn't stop for your fight. You just simply resume your fight when it's your turn. During a battle, each participant will have a marching order which is shuffled and then placed face up. This is the order in which you'll activate. The battle map is broken into 2 halves, and the fighters may not cross over to the other side. In a normal battle, the enemies will have a single card they will execute every turn. These arrows indicate that the enemy will move, and then the swords show the attack. When things attack, they are usually attacking the lane that they are in. You'll notice that you will always know what the enemy is going to do, and it's your job to react to that and, not die. When it's your turn, you will take 3 actions. For an action, you may move, draw a card, or use a card to attack. There are generally 2 kinds of cards, attack cards and block cards, but both work in the same way. When you are using a card, you will then flip over the top card of your effects deck. These will have symbols like the generic fist symbol, a strength arm symbol, or a fancy hand dexterity symbol. These symbols dictate what on your card you can activate. For instance, if you drew this heavy strike card and then this effect card, you may do the bottom action once, which is either inflict 1 damage or push the enemy. But if you drew this effect card, you may do the top strength action, which is a damage and a push. But some cards have multiple symbols. This would allow you to use both the strength and generic actions, and this would allow you to use 3 generic actions. So you don't know what exactly is going to come up, but you can make some calculated guesses. The block cards work in the same way, except you will use them when you're being attacked. You may have noticed that on the battleground there are some symbols to the side. If you're in the back row, you get to draw an extra effect card when blocking, and you choose which one to use. You also draw a card at the end of your turn. In the middle row, you get to move your marching order card 1 space forward or back when they're revealed. And in the front row, you get to draw an extra effect card when attacking. Also, if the enemy is in their front row, they're vulnerable, and you get to draw an extra card when attacking as well. When you defeat your enemies in combat, that encounter is done and you will go back to the exploration board. You will keep exploring until you complete your objectives and find the big boss. Then you will activate the boss, and all players must enter the boss arena, which is a combination of the players' battle books. The boss fights work much in the same way as a normal encounter. The main difference is that they don't just have 1 behavior card, they have a whole deck. In each round, they will draw cards equal to the number of players. Then these will get shuffled up with the players' marching orders and then flipped over. So the boss may do all of their actions before you. The boss is also just much stronger and hits a lot harder. For example, they might just start hitting entire blocks of areas. When you likely die in this fight, you may turn in a life token to come back into the fight. But if you run out of life tokens and then you die, the players lose. But if you defeat the boss, you win the quest. Throughout the quest, you will be leveling up and customizing your characters. We unfortunately can't show this as we don't have access to those assets and what we saw was limited, but when you level up, you will get to change up your effects deck. So if you wanted to make a super dexterity build, for instance, you can. And that is a brief overview of Elden Ring, the board game.
Okay, first turn, guys.
Cool. So we're just moving around, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So you're exploring. So you're first. We'll start the first round. So time to flip over this guidance grace and read out in your best voice if you want to. What's
Should we read
happening?
this first?
If you would like to.
Groveside Cave, a terrible beast remnant of a long dead place, lurking somewhere within the craw of the earth. Defeating this monster must surely be the first step along the path for those that would claim the mantle of Elden Lord. Yet beware, this is no ordinary foe, and many tarnished have met their death at this creature's blade. I shall only share its location if you can prove yourself worthy of my wisdom.
And then start the first round. We'll flip that over.
America's grace. Learn well of Marika the Eternal, for it is she that watches over the lands and gave you grace. If a tarnished interacts with a stake of Marika, place a Guidance of Grace token on this card. After doing so, if there are 4 tokens on this card, discard it. If this card is discarded and the Gathering Supplies and Marital Prowess cards, Martial Prowess cards have also been discarded, flip the Groveside Cave card. Marital Prowess cards are...
Yeah, very. Yeah, I was about to say
I
very.
also thought you said America's Grace. I was like, is America in Elden Ring? Like, is that like
That's
one
right.
of the regions?
If you could earn America's grace, you get marital prowess.
There you go.
So
Yeah,
to interact with a stake of Marika, what do those look like?
Those look like. Well, I'll point them out when we land there. But
Excellent.
roughly,
Well,
you've got
I
the
guess
cards
you're
in front of you, so it's going to look like that one there.
Okay, sweet.
Okay.
So, pretty much you can choose whichever one of you wants to go first.
I'm definitely going to go this way.
Okay, well,
move
let's
over
go
here.
first. So, first action.
Explore.
Explore.
Well,
No,
in which
when you
case-
explore, you don't automatically
you don't move, so you explore, put the tile down.
Okay.
There you go. Straight
America's
away.
Grace token.
And also an effigy of the martyr. So, let's grab those tokens and put them on there.
Okay.
I love the way.
That's the way. Yeah.
Nice. So, talk quickly about those. So, obviously, America's Grace, that's something where that gives you lives during the boss fight. If you grab those. And you know you also need to do it because of these cards here.
yeah.
The other one is an effigy of the martyr. The effigy of the martyr allows you to be summoned into another player's combat.
Ooh.
So that's
those
useful.
are
And you
Honors,
collect it now and use it for later?
Yes.
Okay,
So you can either summon into. So if you've got it, let's say, you can either summon into his combat or he can summon into yours.
So my pacing is my turn structure is I get to walk onto this, or
Well, you've spent one action, so you've explored. You could spend another action to walk on there.
okay. And how many actions do I have?
3.
3. So if I don't pull this right now, then this is going bye bye.
You're going to lose one of those tokens.
Wow, the timer on this game is brutal.
But it's Elden Ring.
It's fair.
The timer on this game is brutal. All right, we're gonna go ahead and spend my third action, placing one of these on the card.
So you'll grab that one. Keep that to yourselves because that's a pull. But then, yep, you'll put one of the Guidance of
those
Grace
are your objective
tokens.
markers,
There you
that's
go.
right, yeah.
That goes on there. So that's the end of your exploration, your action phase of this particular bit. You now move on to the guidance phase where we check, have you put down one of these tokens? We know you have, so you don't need to lose one of the Greater Will tokens.
Okay.
End of your turn.
Okay. Is there a limit to how many tokens, like these kinds of tokens, we can have? Is there an
However
inventory?
many you can find.
Okay, cool. Didn't know if there's slots like this for it.
No, no.
Okay. I think like any good game we should split up. You know.
Exactly.
I'm gonna explore right here. Let's go ahead and see that. Okay. Now we got one of the other summon ones.
Okay.
So
that's a combat. So
okay, so here and then that's what this one is.
that's the
right?
combat, yeah. So the brown card, the large one, indicates the rough amount of rewards you're going to get for finishing this fight.
Okay.
The other one obviously indicates this fight, and that's the page you turn to in your quest book if you engage in that combat.
The numbers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now the crucial thing with this that's worth pointing out is if there's a combat on a tile, you can't interact with any other locations on that tile until you've defeated that combat.
guess that-
Or if another player is fighting that combat, in which case you can sneak
So
past and steal
distracting
whatever the
kind
other
of
stuff
thing,
is.
yeah. Interesting. Okay. I'm gonna interact with this yellow token.
Well, that's a Sight of Grace, so that will bring you up to full health.
Oh, no,
and
that's
that will
right.
refresh your flasks, which you can absolutely do if you want to, but it's not going to have any effects
not
right now.
gonna do. Let's not do that. You know what? Let's go to battle. Let's just see what's gonna happen.
Oh, like a pro.
I know we got to do it. Alex, I'm
So one action
yeah,
there.
like when I play games like this. I want to let you know right
Think I
now.
mind.
Okay.
I play with Jesse. This
Yeah. Right.
So we stepped in. Second action, you're interacting with that.
Yes.
So in which case, did you want to flip over your book
Shift
to
book
page 2?
Right.
I think you were on page.
Oh, was it 2?
The
Oh, it's
number
page
down the bottom.
4. Okay,
There we
so-
are. Cool.
Okay.
So it looks like you've got a couple of Godric soldiers.
So granted, King's Vanguard.
Well, there you go. So there's 2 Godric soldiers. They drop down those 2 GSs. So I'll talk to you a little bit about how the actual battle grid works. So that's obviously your battlefield grid. The red line in the middle is the battle line. You can't cross that. So there's an enemy section at the top. There's a tarnished section at the bottom. Now, the symbols down the side, we talked a little bit about stances before. So this is your battle stance system. So the rear row is your defensive stance. If you're in that, when you play a block card, you get to draw extra effect cards. It makes you more efficient at blocking. Also, at the end of your turn, you draw an extra card into your hand. If you're in the middle row, that's your neutral stance. That gives you the ability to manipulate the initiative order by moving one space to the left or right after it's dealt. The last one is your aggressive stance. That means that when you're attacking, you get to draw an extra card. When you're attacking, you discard the lowest, so it makes you more efficient at fighting things. You'll also notice there's a symbol on the enemy side. Because it's on this side of the grid, that means that it's one of your benefits. So if the enemy's there, they've basically exposed a weakness. They've stepped forward, their guard is not strong, so you can then manipulate, you can do more damage to them. Now, the space, obviously we've talked about here, vertically is about stances. So that's, you're always kind of really at the battle line. That's more what stance you're in. So if you're in the rear row, you can still hit somebody over here, wherever they are, and as long as they're in your lane, which is obviously the other rows there. Rows really, the actual lanes represent sort of spatial awareness, so you can sidestep out of the way of enemies or whatever else. So with that in mind, you're going to be going in the lane that's highlighted by the arrow. You can choose any one of those three, but before you do that, you get to draw up to your hand size, which is for you 4. Yep, of your attack cards, and then at that stage you can then choose, after looking at those, what cards you have, where you think you want to go. And while you're doing that, I'm going to quickly grab the soldier. And if I can grab your initiative card, which is the one just there you are. Thank you.
I do like these. Cards are very nice. They're silky, velvety. So we had a light attack, a heavy strike, a block, and then a parry.
So the 2 block and parry unsurprisingly are defensive cards, so you'll use those when you're attacked. The other ones allow you to attack the enemy. So combat is going to still be much the same as what you're doing when you're exploring. It tells you have 3 actions. Your actions will be to draw a card into your hand, although remember your hand size of 4. It will be to play a card from your hand to make an attack, or it can be to move, in which case you can move around. Quick thing, you can move orthogonally, and that's who you are. Alex, you're a bit more nimble, you can move diagonally. So obviously a couple of changes there. Please do read the rules on your armor and your trait skill here, because they'll both influence the way that you play and approach this game.
Okay, and also I have counterattack, so when I fully defend an enemy attack, I deal
2 damage.
2 damage?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a 2 in there. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So this is the marching order, last thing I haven't said. So we're going to deal these in a moment, put them down. One of them is the enemies, and they'll both act when their card is flipped over. They'll have their behavior on there. The other one is yours. So if you go in the middle, then you can guarantee you're going to go before the enemies, if you wanted to. If you think attacking first, or you think, you know what, I'd rather have an offensive footing to start with, then put yourself in the aggressive row, or vice versa, if you want to be defensive.
Let's go straight for it. So it's in this row, that's where the arrows, right?
The arrows. Yep. Cool. I'm going to pass this over to you. Shuffle them and then deal them in a row. And the one closest to the left will be the character that's going first, or the models that are going first. There you go.
So it's them first?
Yeah, okay. Cool. All right, so anyway, that's your turn. We're going to go back to Alex, where you think about what you're going to do in your turn, and we'll go from there. So because you're in combat, you don't have to discard a Greater Will token.
Now, hypothetically, I can go ahead and draw that token as my first move. Right? I can then explore as my second move.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then hop into combat with the token as my third move.
If you would like to.
I don't want to, I'm just clarifying.
Remember, because it's the now start of the second round, let's flip over the next Guidance of Grace card. That may change your ideas.
Gathering supplies. Even the mightiest cannot hope to triumph with wits alone. Gather materials to craft and trade with the inhabitants of this bleak place. Each time a Tarnished draws from material deck, place a Guidance of Grace token on this card. After doing so, if there are 5 tokens on this card, discard it. If this card is discarded and the America's Grace and Martial Prowess cards have also been discarded, flip the Groveside Cave card. Yeah. Okay. So this one wants us to, each time we draw from material deck. Okay.
Yeah, so those are the green icons here.
Excellent, good to know. So now, as a note, at the end of next turn, I believe we discard one of these.
Well, you'll discard this at the end of your turn if you don't achieve an objective.
Oh, it's per
turn.
round.
Per turn.
Per turn, but if you go into combat, you don't have to do that.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So on my turn, we're good.
Okay, so I'll start with an explore.
The Greater Will likes that you're fighting people.
Yeah, that makes sense to me, right? This is what you should do.
So another combat and a
skull boy.
This one goes over here.
Yep.
And we're gonna have a skull. So
Yes,
I'm gonna.
Can there?
Go ahead.
Sorry. Can there only be one combat at a time?
No, you can jump into combat as well.
combat.
That's the whole reason you have separate books.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
I'm debating whether I want to dive into combat or want to explore a bit more. I'm gonna explore again.
Fair.
Yeah, I'm gonna explore again. what's
You
this?
found a merchant. So that's the color code. That's very specifically the blue merchant by the looks of things.
Okay.
So merchants introduced to you. You can go and chat to those guys, and they will give you rumors. They'll try to sell you some bits and pieces. There's all sorts of stuff interactions you have with those guys.
And this is a
That's
material
a
as well,
materials
or-
deck. That's a beast card. So
So does it count as a materials? or-
absolutely.
Perfect. So I'm going to head down here for my third action and my turn.
Yeah.
So I'm
So
going to discard one of these,
you do.
and that's off to the side, and that's it.
Over to combat. So let's talk about those cards. So I'm going to quickly save me leaning over, but you'll see the top of this card. It gives you a health for the Godric Soldier of how much damage it can take before it dies. Then below that, you've got its behavior lines. Now, the first one means that the enemy will try to move towards you if it can do. If it's obviously already in your lane, it won't need to do that. It won't do the second action, the one that's divided by the line, if it can do the first one.
Yeah.
If it can't, then it'll do the second one. Then it moves down to the next line. That indicates a simple attack. So you'll notice its range is it will hit the first tarnished in the same lane as it, and then it will do the amount of damage inside the arrow, which I believe is 3. And then the small arrow there means it steps forward when it does that. So obviously it's aggressive, it steps into its stance. So they're going to go first. They will both activate all of this. We start in the top left-hand corner and work down through lanes. So the first one to go will be that one there. So it can move into the same lane as you, so it will do so.
Over. Yeah.
And then it will make an attack against you.
Okay.
So at the end of this, it will step forward. But right now, it's going to hit you for 3. So at this point, you've got a couple of options. You can just take all the damage, and that's that. Pretty basic.
Going for it, yeah,
you can use one of your defense cards, one of your blocks, to play that. And obviously, in which case you'll play that card. You'll then flip one of the effect cards to see the effectiveness of that block. The other thing you can do in addition to, or as well as that, you can discard any number of cards in your hand to also reduce the incoming damage down by 1 per discarded hand.
Okay.
So if you wanted to, if you really want to play it safe, you could, for example, discard 3 cards from your hand, in which case you're going to take no damage, but of course you'll use all your stamina evading being attacked, and then you're not going to have any attack cards left.
Indeed. Would that be considered fully defending for like their
It would
power?
indeed.
It would indeed.
Yes.
Okay. So that might be a reason to do it because you hit him
Yeah,
twice.
for you, you're very, very defensively oriented that way.
So it's like that's especially if there's only one left. It's like, well, then that would end combat. So that's actually not a horrible idea. I don't think you want to do that.
Yeah, your
now.
objective is to kill enemies,
Just
by
all
the way.
the enemies, yeah. And so, okay. So I think I am just gonna try and block with this card here.
So let's flip an effect card and see what that happens.
Blam.
Okay, so that's the symbol. So you can see there, that means you trigger off 1 block. So
this is like a strength one. I would have gotten 2 in that case,
yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah. So that means that you've blocked 1 point of damage incoming. So you're going to take 2 damage. So you move your bar down by 2. Other way.
Oh.
Goes down.
Oh, I see.
That's the area you can move up. So that's fine. And then all done. So now those cards get discarded. Go into your discard slots.
All of them?
No, just the ones you played. So that's now done.
Okay.
And the enemy obviously steps forward as part of what that attack was.
Right. So then we can do aggressive stance.
So the other Godric Soldier will now activate, and that will step over to there, and it's going to hit you again.
Oof, rough. Okay. Well, I guess. So this one, it would be.
So that is a push. So when you draw a card, it'll block a point of damage for each one you do. It will also give a push, which means you can push it 1 square in any direction for each one of those symbols you draw.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I guess I might as well try and. I only have 3 health left. Oof. I shouldn't have jumped in here. I'm just gonna immediately jump in, of course. So we'll play this card then.
Okay.
So then I flip over status effect, right?
You flip over an effect card. Yep.
If I know status effect. Yep. Okay.
So you're going to block 2 damage. So you're going to take 2 damage.
Okay. Oh my gosh. All right.
And then obviously you get to push him 1. If you want to, it's optional.
Yeah, I guess I'm trying to think if there's a reason right now that I would push them because they are in the front. I'd probably hit them on my turn.
Yep.
And then because here.
We can't
if I
guarantee
push
what the other cards are going to be. I don't
Well,
know
here's
that's
a key
like
point with what you could do.
Yeah.
You could push it this way.
and then wouldn't they move forward?
Depends on the cards you draw.
Well, they have a movement here.
Yeah, they're going to move into that
They're
area.
right. And then they're both in here, which is helpful for me, right?
Yeah,
in terms
absolutely.
of attacking. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to push them here because that's going to have them move forward.
Yeah,
Is that?
that's fine.
Am I messing up? Am I messing up?
No, you're doing pretty
sure?
well,
Okay,
actually. It's
I'm
pretty
saying.
smart.
If you're telling me I'm doing really bad,
I like your style.
On camera, I wonder if I'm real smart.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
that part.
Yeah. I added all the parts I failed out. Okay, cool. I'm gonna do that then, and that way they're both in the spot. That's.
I like your style. That's good.
Yeah.
So now we can put those cards
Okay.
into there.
Okay.
Okay. So now those enemies are done. So that card effectively stays to the side. So we know that's done.
Okay.
And over to you.
Okay.
So you can do 3 actions. They can be you can move. you can draw a card. And remember, there's no drawing cards at the end of the round, so your stamina is what your stamina is. So that's what's in your hand. Or you can play one of those cards to attack the enemy and have some retaliation.
Ooh, retaliation? Retaliation?
So just like the top.
I would have retaliation. Okay,
so he has 3 movements effectively.
I see.
Now, without knowing their deck right now, it's entirely possible that sidestepping twice to the left, I guess.
Well, remember, they've only got the 1 behavior card, so you can see what they're going to do.
They only have 1.
They only have the 1, because they're a basic enemy, so you know what they're going to do.
Yeah.
So what you could do here is kill the one in front of you, sidestep, you know you're not going to get hit by that enemy next turn,
right? So,
and then move in and kill it next turn.
In that case, I'm going to do this heavy...
I'm not going to throw you in with a complex enemy.
It makes sense,
right
you know?
from go.
I wasn't sure.
I'm going to do this heavy strike then, because these ones...
Yeah.
I hopefully will be able to move after... Or I guess this one's an or, huh?
No. If you were to draw 2, so if you were to draw both of those symbols, then you'd affect both of them.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So
You've been pretty bad. You've had the worst effect chart draws so far.
Perfect. Great. That's awesome. That's my luck, honestly. So that checks out. Okay, cool. So I'm going to draw... How many of these right now? Then?
No, you draw... Actually, you're going to draw 3 and choose which one you want to use, because you get 1 bonus because you're in the aggressive stance, 1 because they're exposed, they're vulnerable, and then 1 because you would normally draw. And you choose which one you want to use.
Yeah, I'll probably choose that one. I'll go ahead and say it. Ooh.
Look at that.
Ooh.
So that middle one would do 2 damage.
This would, which would kill them too.
That would indeed.
Which is great, because they do have 2 health.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am definitely do this one. That's awesome.
Okay.
You
get to push their body around a bit, but you're probably not too fussed about that.
Yeah, you know, I'll push their dead.
they're kind of dead.
Just move out of here. Okay, so I'm gonna hit them then.
Yep. So they're dead. So they get taken.
And then we're allowed to hit anybody, right? Not just anyone in our lane.
No, the range is on your attack area is on your card there. So it's the one in front of you directly.
Oh, I see. Okay, cool.
Yeah, you need to get some of that sorcerer. That astrologer life.
There you go.
Going on
That's what hitting everybody. Okay, so they're gonna be gone.
Yep. So you've got 2 actions left. So remember, these cards, cards get discarded. So.
And then I can move now, right? Or can I move?
No, that's a push. That's a push the enemy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see.
The samurai's the guy who dodges around.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, then I think I'm going to.
Remember that attack card? Yeah, it's gone. So you've only got the 1 card now.
Yeah. So I don't. That's what I think I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go here, because that means they won't be able to get to me, and then I think I'm gonna draw a card.
Okay.
That'll be my 3, right?
That's your 3.
Cool. Awesome.
Okay.
You're in combat, no effect goes away.
Yep, so you are going to shuffle the marching order and deal that out while Alex is playing his turn.
So on my turn, I'm going to start by going ahead and drawing from his materials.
Okay, so we'll grab that and take it off. And then you get to have one of these beast cards. So that puts a token onto the material gathering supplies. Also, we should read that last card to start the 3rd round.
Guidance of Grace. Martial prowess. The path to becoming Elden Lord can only be paved by honor and the bodies of the vanquished. If a Tarnished completes a combat encounter, place a Guidance of Grace token on this card. After doing so, if there are 3 tokens on this card, flip it to the opposite side. If this card is discarded, and America's Grace and Gathering Supplies cards have also been discarded, flip the Grove side card. In other words, your combat's about to help us out now.
Yeah, let's go.
Well done.
Okay.
I help out, you know. That's what I do. I'm a vagabond. I'm clearly helpful.
Yeah. We put a token on gathering supplies, so you're good to do whatever you want now without wasting time.
I should have my card, which is this beast over here. Thin Beast Bones. So what does this do for me?
So nothing at the moment, but all of the cards have a symbol here. There are some recipes or some ingredient or some things you're going to craft which require those. So in which case you can see which ones you need.
Interesting.
So this is all something for you to build up that we can trade later on or whatever else.
For my next action, I'll go ahead and encounter that merchant.
So you have a couple of choices. You can either draw the merchant's secret card, which this particular merchant has, and that's key to this particular encounter, or you can draw a generic merchant card.
See, I feel like I should draw the merchant sequence, so I'm going to draw the merchant regular
card. Oh, I like your style.
Yes. Firepot. Choose an enemy in this tarnished lane. That enemy suffers
2 damage.
2 damage.
Cool.
Perfect. Okay.
So he sold you a firepot.
Excellent. Ooh, sweet.
Now you can interact with that again and again if you really want to waste the actions. Yeah, absolutely. Did you move into there?
I did not.
So you could do another one if you want.
You know what? I might do that next turn. I'm going to do my 3rd action is going to be explore because I already fulfilled that. So I'm going to explore down here, and we have another encounter.
Yep.
And whatever this thing is.
So that's a map pillar. So at the moment, you can only access that many exploration cards, the tiles. The other ones are here. In order to access these, you'll need to interact with that map pillar.
Well, that sounds fun.
Well, I think you might need to if you're going to complete it.
Well,
we don't know where the boss is yet because we need to complete this card.
Sure.
But
your turn, sir.
Yes, indeed. Question: what is that symbol?
That's a stun token. If you hit the enemy with that, they skip to the next turn.
Okay, sweet. Okay. Okay, so now I'll go soul.
Oh, sorry, stun, stagger even. Ignore me. Get my vernacular right.
I got you. All right, so they're gonna go first again.
Okay.
So they're going to go here.
Yep.
And then I guess not attack because they have nothing.
They're going to swing and a miss.
Yeah.
So, yeah, all good.
All right, cool. That's awesome.
In the hypothetical swing and a miss, if they were here, would they advance?
No, so if they can't make that attack, they can't hit.
Oh, so they're never activated.
That's me trying to sound like a baseball
Dramatic.
fan. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Okay, so I have these two right here, neither of which would kill them. So I guess I could.
Well, I don't know. You could draw one with 2 icons on it.
I guess
it's
that's
worth
true.
pointing out any symbol can count as the generic icon. So if you'd drawn that card there, for
Oh, is that
example,
right?
with the strength icon there, that could count as a.
That's just one of the pow pows.
Yeah, if you want to.
Oh, so everything is pow automatically?
Everything can be if you want it to be.
Okay.
That's
good
the
to know.
generic symbol, so that anything can count as that.
I see. Just generic attack. Okay. Well, I guess I could go over there. If I draw a strength, I can stun them. Yeah, let's go over here. I'm gonna move this way.
One. Yeah.
I'll move one, and then I'm going to attack with this card, Pommel Strike. One of those.
Yep.
You know.
Draw.
Does your hand size carry over in any way to the next combat?
So at the end of this combat, assuming either way, whether you win or lose, you're going to shuffle all your decks back and then carry it. Start again at the start of the next
just making sure I
combat.
understand this. So there's no reason at all, from what I can see, to not just play these 2 cards and just automatically get 2 damage.
If he doesn't kill the soldier, then you've got no cards to defend with.
Wouldn't
your
he
next
inherently
turn.
do 2 damage if you're guaranteed to count as a pommel strike?
If he's going to hit and do a whole bunch of damage with it, yes. But remember, he might draw a card that only has 1 symbol on it. So, I mean, yes, you could
get
do.
2 cards.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
there's
In
no
this
reason
particular
to
instance, yeah,
could
by the
attack
way,
that.
yeah,
These
absolutely.
like 2 actions. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. 'Cause
yeah.
you're right, because this would be 2 damage.
Yeah,
Just
this
making
is.
sure.
Yeah, no, it's right. This is a basic enemy, so yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, I guess we'll play it out though.
It doesn't need to draw anymore. Just literally just devastates him. Well done.
Boom, boom.
So when you said you've drawn the worst card so far, I understand now what he meant.
Exactly. So in this case right here, I do this 3 times.
You do that
because
3
of that.
times, yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Oh, so if I drew one of these, I could still do this twice.
Yes.
You were saying because this could just be a normal.
Yeah, that's
combat.
right, 'cause
Oh, I
it's
got you.
counter
Okay, I got you. Sweet. Okay, so then they're mega dead.
Yeah,
I'm
really are.
great at this game. Obviously. You know, so
Says the guy's limping around, a bit of blood all over
just almost
the
dead,
armor.
almost completely dead by the most basic enemies probably. Okay, cool.
Well done. So that enemy's dead in which case. So pass him over here or wherever.
Of course.
He's dead.
Thank you.
So you get the rewards on that, which is you get one draw from the humanoid deck.
Which one's that one?
Humanoid one. It's one of those.
Thank you. Okay, what do we got here? We have human bone shards.
Now, two things have happened.
Bone.
So 2 things have happened here. First thing, you've won a combat, so you go on there. And secondly, that's a resource card or a materials card, so you get to put one on the gathering supplies as well.
Oh, sweet.
Double dip.
I was going to ask something, I realized.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
So now you're going to shuffle your decks back to where they
So my
were.
weapons here, is this just what makes up your
so,
attack deck?
Yeah, so the weapons you have, as you upgrade, as you improve them, you get better cards go into them, or as you change your gear, you basically change what cards you have to make attacks or block with.
Okay.
So if you want to dual wield, you absolutely can, but that's going to give you nothing by way of block cards.
Right, exactly.
So that's worth bearing in mind.
Very interesting. Okay.
The other side, obviously, armor just has a passive effect that will carry on rolling and so on.
Which mine did not have because I definitely got hit. But hey.
Yeah,
Okay. Sweet.
To my turn?
So then this.
absolutely is.
do I
Yeah,
come
and
back
you,
on the
Neil, come back
planet?
to here. So so we flip this over. This fight is now done, so you can't interact with it anymore.
Okay. I don't want to go kill them at your hand.
Well, you can go find somebody else to kill.
No, I like them. They were. I'm
I'm going
terrified
to
of
interact that merchant again for my first action.
Sure.
Rather than this merchant card. That's going to be just rumors. This merchant rambles on for some time, doesn't seem to have anything useful to say. Shuffle this card back into the deck. So you're the designer of this game, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thanks for that.
I can't help it. You wasted your time chatting to a crazy old man.
Nope, that's okay. That's okay. We're just going to go ahead and continue onwards. I'm going to go ahead and I'll walk into over here and then interact with that fight.
Okay, so you're going to turn to page 4.
Okay, let's go. I'll go talk to the merchant now.
Yes, you talk to the merchant. You talk to the merchant. So we're going to go ahead. Okay.
There we go.
So we have the Wolves of the Wild.
Okay, so we're going to drop some balls down here.
So that's not intimidating at all. Okay,
And you can
so
choose where you
move
want to go.
some
But remember, you get
profiles.
to draw this first and see where you're going.
Okay, so let's see. But I draw 4 cards.
You draw 4 cards.
Okay, so there's a drop down, so we have space for that. 1, 2, 3,
you.
4. And we have the following. We have our light attack, basic simple attack. We have a deflect over there, so we have some defense if we need it. We have another light attack and a light slash. So lots of fun things
So
going
just
there.
quickly talk to you about this. Most of it's fairly obvious. This one lets you draw cards when you make it as that, and that one lets you move.
Ooh, fun. So that's the move symbol. Okay.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so from that stance, I could go defensive to this. And if I go defensive, that's +1 defense, and I draw a card when I'm attacked, right?
You do. Sorry, at the end of your turn.
At the end of my turn. Okay, let's go ahead and start over there because I don't know how things are going, but I am intrigued at the fact that
That's one of those, and your samurai card is there.
Okay, so I'm gonna. This is. Oh yes. Okay.
So shuffle those, and I'll let you deal that. What you do?
And this is gonna resolve next turn, right?
Yep. So your turn effectively ends now, and we move over to.
But because I'm in combat, we don't just go to the thingy.
That's correct.
And so
Okay,
now.
so what do I need to do? You were the one doing most of this.
Ooh, I go first. Actually, I wanted them to go first.
Yeah, that's also an interesting advantage
Yeah.
because if you are in here, you can manipulate the marching order so that they expose them to. Yeah, they move forward into attack.
Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting. But then if I would have been in the wrong row, I want it to be them to go first with me in the back row.
Thus is the agony of choice.
Right.
Yeah.
So your objectives that you have broadly, you're looking for Stake America, you are looking for supplies, and you need to win combats. Now you already obviously started on all of those. Combats wise, assuming that Alex can take out these wolves, then you're already most of the way through that. So it's probably worth exploring and seeing what you can find.
Okay. And sorry, what do these tokens do again?
So that lets you summon into Alex's
that's right,
combat if you want to.
That's right. Okay, I think I'm gonna explore first. Let's go here.
Well, you can draw and then work out where you want to put it.
Oh, I guess it's a good point. Yeah.
You can do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
Okay. We got.
That's going to be a straight up wall from you.
Yeah, you won't actually be able to go over there.
I
'cause
can
there's a wall
see
in
over
the way.
with binoculars. But I
Yeah,
can't
you
actually
look
get
over the
there.
edge of the cliff. You see
Like, oh, that looks
you
really
see an
cool.
NPC down the bottom there, and you also see a resource.
It looks so shady over there.
So you could have put that on the opposite side if you wanted to.
Oh, you're
so
right. I
access-
can't actually get that. I keep forgetting that I didn't actually. Yeah, let's go talk to this NPC. Let's see what they're doing. I just want to explore, honestly. Alex, I'm just gonna be like, I'm just gonna be touching everything. There's like a weird rock. I'm probably gonna lick it.
That's fine.
Just because, like, I'm
Rocks are
gonna-
pretty safe with the
Yeah,
plants.
I'm
you
just
want.
That feels like a core Elden Ring experience.
Yeah, I'm
licking
just
rocks.
like, I'm gonna lick stuff. It's just how it's gonna go. I'm gonna talk to this NPC. Oh, this is also material?
That's a material. So if you do that, then you will put a
That's
Guidance
right.
of Grace token down,
I'll
and
do
you
this
won't use
first
touch on the
then.
Grace will.
All right, grab a token. I believe you get bones. That's what I found out.
Okay.
So what have you found? That's a beast card.
Yes.
There you go.
It's going to be bones.
Dude, no, it's an old fang.
That's basically a bone.
I mean, it's a tooth, which is just bones, right? Okay, cool. Here we go.
Anyway.
I have 2 bones, though.
Okay.
You do.
Okay, so that's my turn, then.
No, you have one action. You explored and you... Oh, you
Yeah,
moved. I know you're right.
yeah, so I'll do the NPC next time, though.
All right,
Yeah,
so
let's
now
do
this symbol over here means their turn ends.
Yeah, so this means that once it's done this action, if it can do, it will stop doing it. It does. So then it will move on to the other
So
wolf.
if it successfully strikes me, then it will end its turn. And
Yeah,
it's definitely
effectively, it
successfully-
stops it from doing one attack, moving, then attacking
Yeah.
again.
Okay. So the second one's going to move 2, which means I kind of want to stay in my lane because that way I only get attacked by one of them. That's what I'm gathering here. So I'm going to stay in my lane. I guess I'll go ahead and I will.
Wolves
go
have
for-
3 health, by the way. That helps.
That's lovely. It's lovely. We're going to go ahead and attack the wolf. And I think we're going to go for a basic. We're just going to start with a basic light attack over here. Keep it nice and simple. I think
Okay.
it feels like it's bad, but I'm going to go ahead and do a light attack. We're going to trigger a light attack over here. We're going to draw an effect card. That's going to be this over here, which can count as the 1.
So 1 damage.
We're going to go ahead and do 1 damage to it.
One of those. You just drop it down next to the model.
Yep. Okay. So we have 1 damage on the wolf. That's my first action. I could attack again, and I could draw cards. The problem
Quickly
is,
tidy you up a little
thank
bit.
you.
Lives in there.
And so I could draw a card. Let's go ahead and draw a card now that my hand side's back up. Yep, that seems reasonable to me. Okay. We have another light attack, and I think we might trigger another light attack, and because I don't want to draw another card because it'll be wasted, so I think I'll draw another card. I'll do resolve another light attack, and let's keep it over here while we draw an effect. And we have another hit. So another damage to the wolf.
Okay. Another one of those.
Yep. Okay, and then we get that there. Second damage, and that resolves my turn. I'm done.
So at the end of your turn, you get to draw a card.
Yes, indeed. I'm going to go ahead and draw another card. We have another light slash this time, ready to go.
Okay.
Excellent.
So this card is done. And
Wolf's
we now
going to
move on to the
resolve.
wolf.
So the wolf's going to go ahead and try to immediately slash me. It's going to be doing
3
3
damage.
damage to me. Yep. Okay. Which is always lovely. And so 3 damage. So I could try to deflect against it too, and this would draw a card as well, right?
For every symbol you have.
Very similar to have, which is no point going 2 above board.
Well,
The thing I'm intrigued by is when the tarnish fully defends an enemy attack, I can move.
so you could drop into a more aggressive stance for doing that.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering about. Because I know I already drew that, and that guy's already mostly dead. I could go ahead and try to, you know what, let's go ahead and let's fully defend the enemy attack. You said 1 card per hit, right?
So first of all, do you want to use the block cards as well? Or are you just going to throw...
I can do both?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
But you have to declare what you're doing in terms of cards discarded before you resolve your block.
So hypothetically, I resolve my block, and then I go ahead and say I'm discarding 2
No,
cards as well.
you do that first, and then you resolve your block. So you've got to commit the cards you're discarding first to reduce the incoming damage.
So these 2 would reduce by 1, which means I'm guaranteed to fully defend if I do this.
Absolutely, yes.
But I also get to draw up, which is why it's better.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that. So I'm going to keep it simple and basic. We're going to draw a single effect card. So hypothetically, this would have defended 2, but I already committed.
Yep.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and defend 4 against 3. but these all go away.
Yeah,
and
so
I draw
crucially,
a card.
you have 2 cards, because that's effectively that one and that one, so you
I
got to draw 2 cards.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Such
Love
a
it.
nice-
Love it.
Yeah,
Love it.
that's a good card. Deflect is super useful.
Yeah. That's
Okay,
nice.
and then because I fully defended enemy attack, I can now move upwards. So I move up one.
Yep.
The wolf's
Move to
going
a
to be
neutral
moving one
stance.
towards me, right?
The wolf is going to move one towards
Yep,
you as a
okay.
result of its attack, but then it stops because of this icon here.
At which point the second wolf's going to activate, and then actually, strictly speaking, the second wolf would activate it first, right?
It would indeed. So
Yes,
the second wolf goes like
two.
there, and that's that.
Then this one moves over here, and done. Okay, perfect. That leads to the end of combat, where we go ahead and shuffle these up, but I
Yep.
get to manipulate it, which means I'm able to just choose.
Basically, yes.
We're going to go with me first, because I want to kill something.
Good choice. Anyway, back over here.
Okay. I'm talking to this person.
Okay, cool. So
Absolutely
this,
talking to this person.
I'm going to give you this card. It's a side quest.
Ooh. Merchant's Boon. Welcome to Patch's Emporium, or at least what will be Patch's Emporium. I've heard Patches is a very fun character. Everyone knows Patches, apparently. You look like you have a strong back and an eye for a good loot. If you can find me a few items, I can get things up and running. During the exploration phase, a Tarnished can discard a red, blue, or green symbol thingy right there. To complete this quest, when a Tarnished completes this quest, the player turns to page 24 in their quest book.
Well, I think you've got to get a couple of bits and pieces of looking at that card, if memory serves.
What was that, sir?
Quickly have a look. Yeah. So you need to have a red circle. You need to have a blue square to be able to do that. It's not.
Oh, I'm sorry. There was
Yeah, you get more than one. You've got a few things. Yeah.
Okay, so I have to have. Okay, I need to have a red, a blue, and.
I'm going to give you a little bit of a spoiler here. Well, part of the reason how we design this is the idea that what we really want people to understand is that side quests can go across your entire main quest.
Right.
So you would be something where you
This
can
just
find that
hangs
here,
around, right,
and it
basically?
hangs around until you've completed it, or not if you want to ignore it.
Okay.
So crucially, this is something which Patches has tried to distract you away from the path of
Right.
what you're doing. But the other element to understand is that I'm not going to say you can't complete this quest during this demo experience, but if you can, I'll be very impressed.
Yes,
So-
right. I have 0 of the symbols that I need, so I'm going to go ahead and assume. And you have also 0 of them. So I'm going to go ahead and assume probable. By the way, is there any sharing of stuff?
Absolutely, you can share if you want
Do you
to.
have to be in the same location, or is it just.
It's a
whatever?
co-op game, so
Okay, cool. Okay, so we will think about. I am assuming we're not going to do that. Thank you, Patches. Appreciate you. Appreciate you what you're doing for the cause.
Alex doesn't. Alex is killing
How do I
wolves.
track that I'm here? Oh, because it's the count of 4.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yes, indeed. So this one you said it heals me up, or refills my flasks. That's right. I've asked that question like 7 times. Sorry.
That token is gone. The NPC, he's done.
Did he ever draw a reward for combat?
He did indeed. He got a humanoid card.
Nice.
I did. I got more bones.
Oh, so the way to
That's
go.
the only way to go. I'm an explorer. I'm an explorer. I don't have to declare where yet. Okay, that's good. We need that, don't we?
You can't go there if you put it there, though.
But
But you have no other choice.
you know the choice. Can you put it against a wall?
Absolutely. You could put it against one of the walls if you
So
want
you
to.
could put it over here. but
Maybe
you
I'll
have
do
to.
this and then hopefully be able to go through like
Yeah.
this.
So there are spirit springs on here as well, which is the this icon here. If you find one of those, you can jump 2 hexes and over walls. So worth remembering.
Sweet. Okay.
But at the moment, you've looked over the edge of a cliff and seen the stake you're looking for down
I'm
the
like,
bottom.
ooh, that looks cool down there. Okay, then for my last action, I think I'm just gonna explore more time then.
Okay.
And then we're gonna have to get rid of one of these, unfortunately.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. That's perfect. That's open. That is money. Okay, cool. So next turn I'll go and get that. And then that way we can put one more on here, I believe, right?
You can indeed. But first, you've got to discard some of that great will.
Here.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Excellent. Fine. So we're gonna go ahead and my turn. Oh, you discard one? Perfect. Great.
Yeah, we're good.
So I'm going to go ahead and resolve an attack. I have a deep slash and I have a light slash over here. The light slash allows me to move if I draw that symbol, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and light slash.
Are you about to do beast mode and kill both?
I'm going to try to kill both. We'll see.
I like your style.
We'll see.
I
I'm
like
going
your
to try a
style.
light slash against
Yep.
this guy over here.
Yep.
So we're going to go ahead and draw an effect card. Yes. Okay. So he dies and I get to move, and I'm going to move 1 to the. I can move diagonally.
Samurai business.
You know,
I do like that.
How much I like this game?
Forward because you get to draw more, but
Yeah.
you're also probably
Yeah.
easier to hit.
no.
Alex is in the zone.
I'm going to kill it. Okay. Now this is the part where I have
2 actions
this.
left.
This does what?
Bleed. So that gives it a bleed token. If it gets 3 bleed tokens, you discard them, it takes 3 damage. So on this type of enemy, you're probably going to kill it before you get there.
Hopefully, but I'm only
That's more useful if you get to the beast mode.
So the problem is just to make sure I'm understanding my things right. I've done 1 action. I have 2 actions left.
You do.
So the problem with that is that this may or may not kill it with its first attack. I'm going to draw 2 cards and hope for the best, but it may or may not kill it. But I'm going to go ahead and do that anyway because I don't see a reason not to, because I don't see what else would be better. Although I could discard one of these to drop to a full hand hypothetically.
You could.
I'm not going to do that right now. I'm just going to go ahead and draw 2 effects. And we have this and this. So this is arguably better, but only semantically so. So it's 2 damage against it. Okay. And then again, it's a bleed token as well, which I do not think will matter.
So I'll drop
yet.
one of these down here anyway,
And the
just so
problem
it's got
is
it.
Deep Slash is now gone, which means I should probably just draw up, or I can move. But we know how it's going to attack, so it doesn't help me to move.
Well, it doesn't do as much damage if you move. If it has to move first, it won't do as much damage when it hits you back.
That seems reasonable, because that's 1. I could just defend against it. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Let's stay where I am in terms of that. I'm just going to move 1 over there. Perfect.
Okay.
Done.
So you're done. I'll move that out of the way.
Yep.
So now the wolf goes. So the wolf is going to not able to attack, so we won't do that. So the wolf will move to here and will hit you for 1, which you can either take or you can deflect away if you want.
In fact, actually, if you don't mind, I'm going to move diagonally backwards so that I can make sure I go first.
Do we even takes you back, sis?
Sure. If it's up to me, I say yes. Openly
Well, I realize I
cheating.
don't want to give him another
No problems
attack
at all.
next round, like right before he can do anything. 3 damage.
No, it makes sense.
Okay.
Absolutely cheating.
So then he goes ahead, and I'm just going to go ahead and resolve this card, which means I will draw that, which means I draw a card.
You do.
So I'm going to draw a card and end up with an attack card back, and that's my turn.
I like the way you don't know whether that's a attack card or not.
I'm going to end up with the attack
Oh,
card
look at
back.
that. That's a probably dead wolf next turn, I think. Cool. Well, I'll let you shuffle those while we move back over
I'm
here.
going to not shuffle them and go ahead and do that.
I'm just going to choose to go first.
Choose to go
I'm going
first.
to go ahead and assume I'm going to go first. I'm going to go... I think I'm just going to get this Guidance of Grace token. It's going to take my entire turn, but that way we can keep working on this.
Oh, and I'm going to move forward because I fully defended against an attack.
Yes, you are.
Yeah. I gotcha.
You mastered this already. It's in the zone.
I'm just going to go 1, 2. I'm just going to pick this up.
Okay, seems good. So you get that over there. Just put it by the side of the sword. Guidance of Grace token goes onto the Stake America.
I love how I'm trying to draw 2 cards I can select, even though it's for sure dead.
Alright, that's me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're out of exploration, so we cannot explore anymore until we get down here and do this, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
It's alright. Alex is literally next to it. So.
Yeah. We're going to go ahead, and that was your turn?
Yeah, that was all through my turn. Still.
We covered all
I've
this?
done that. Yeah, we're done.
What did you do?
You put an extra
Oh,
token on.
That's why I wanted to
Okay,
get
America's
this.
Stake America.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead on my turn. I will go ahead and resolve this, which will be a for sure death. Done.
Yep.
It's dead.
A nice discreet damage though. You didn't overspend. That's nice.
Okay. I didn't even draw 2. I should have drawn 2.
So these will shuffle back into the decks now.
I'm going to pop back over here. This is
that
done,
over.
and I get
So-
a reward, I believe.
You do. You get a humanoid card, and you also get a token on there for winning combat. So you actually got 2 tokens.
The token over here. And
one
boom,
on that.
and boom. Okay, and where's
So
my
how many
humanoid
are you
card?
looking at on there now?
We have
That's 2
4
or
so far, it looks like.
4. So it looks like you're very close to achieving
Where's
this.
my humanoid card?
Well,
I actually want the card too.
So demanding.
Ooh, is it going to be blue or something like that? It's going to be green. We need a green, right?
We need a green triangle specifically.
Oh, that's a green triangle?
Yeah.
Oh, the colors and shapes?
Yep. Yes, sir.
Jeez, man.
I know.
Okay. We'll shuffle my decks later because I'm not worried about that right now. We'll grab this back. And then I have 3 actions to
We'll
take.
just
So
this.
I
We're
guess
done.
I'll go ahead and start because I'm right here. I'll go ahead and draw this for my first action.
So that's your turnover because you won the combat and that's done.
That's my turn over. It's back to you, sir.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. Please. Appreciate you.
I do appreciate the enthusiasm though. Just keep on rolling.
Okay, I'll play it solo next time.
Yeah, that's fine.
How do these tokens work when you play solo?
Those particular tokens don't really. They're just a nice thing to see. They don't really have a thing. But you will find in solo mode, and also in co-op mode, you'll find rebirth monuments, which let you have spirit ashes that you can summon into your combats as well. So you won't be able to be going in alone.
Okay, cool.
I think I'd probably two-handed solo, just instinctively.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think with games like this, I usually almost two-handed.
I like having 2 characters. It makes me
Yeah,
feel like
because they're different, right? It makes it more interesting to solo
Yeah.
that way. And it's not that much harder to manage.
feels like I have friends again.
Your friends again. Okay, I think I
Oh,
am...
there's a lovely pirouette from the Vagabond there.
I'm just mega almost dead.
So I'm going to be a farmer for
I
a
do
little
want to
while.
point out that I took on 2 wolves and took
You
no
did, yeah, exactly. You're way better than me. So we know this. I'm gonna go chaos all day.
It's co-op though. It's all your enthusiasm.
Exactly. So I'm here. I'm a cheerleader. That's all I am. So if I drink this flask,
You go back up to your health,
and
which
if
is
I
6
do
for you.
this, I can essentially get my flask.
Yes, but
refilled.
you will reset that combat there.
Wait, what?
If you rest at the site of grace, you will refresh your flask, you will refresh your health, but you will also reset any of the adjacent combats.
Oh, so this one would turn back on.
Yes.
Interesting.
Not necessarily a problem for us.
No, I mean,
It means you won't be able to grab this token, but pass that out if it
easily
matters.
won that combat. Yeah, we also don't necessarily need to go there.
That's what I'm saying.
So yeah, so actually, I'm gonna drink this.
So you go up to 6 health, because that's your starting health.
So 1, 2, 3.
Wait, you're going straight to your... Where are you right now? You're walking to and refreshing?
So I drank this flask.
That's your first. That's your first action.
Consumes Kool-Aid. Yeah, so I'm gonna go 2, 3, and the next round I'm gonna drink this to get that flask back.
But this turn.
Yeah, but this turn you're discarding a Greater Will token because you haven't
Unless you
hit any
pick up this.
objectives.
Wait,
He
is
hasn't
the
got
first
as Flask is 1. So you could stop before you move in.
Or
and-
can I do this one here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I'll do that then. That way we can.
So that's your second
more
action.
Yeah.
And that gives you
And
one
now I'll
of
just
those.
move here for myself.
So now you've completed that. So we'll grab that. That's discarded. Thank you.
Easy.
So discard
Yeah,
it.
we'll flip over whatever's easy for you.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay. That's your turn.
Boom.
Done.
Boom. Money.
My turn. So now the problem is grabbing this no longer helps us with the timer, which I don't love. So I think the only thing that really does make sense is I could go 1, 2. Now I'm gonna go straight here 1, and I have to engage with the combat first.
You do.
So our comic book flips back open. It's been so long since I've been here. I'm gonna go and pop onto.
Ooh, good trick.
Different. This
I
one's got
do. Does a train have any effect, or that's just all thematic overlay?
Sorry? Oh, no. Well, in some combats it will absolutely. So these will, for the sake of the demo, we've kept it nice and simple for you guys to learn the game, but absolutely different terrain will have different effects based on this. So your stances change as to where you want to be and so on.
Okay.
Especially if you have like terrain, it might block off some areas and the
So
grid.
I'm gonna go ahead and do that thing where I choose. We have the King's Champion. Okay.
Yeah.
Objective is kill the King's. Kill the
Godric
what was it?
Knights.
Yes.
Godric Knights are a little bit more dangerous.
Oh, so you only have to kill them.
So let's see what they do. Okay. And then I'm gonna draw 4 cards and see based on this where I want to start. So we have a Deep Slash, we have a Light Slash, we have a Deflect, and a Light Attack.
There's your 2 cards.
Do I look at how these play out first?
Absolutely, if you want to.
Oh, interesting. 4 is just okay. So we have these over here. We have the Godric Knight. They're going to do 4 damage. Love that. Love that. Okay. And they're in my zone. Okay. And they're only drawing 1 of these cards, right?
They are, so no, both of these, because you've got 2 different types of enemies.
Oh, 2 different types. Okay.
So
Oh,
this
I only
case
have to kill the Godric Knight.
You only have to kill the Godric Knight.
Intriguing. And the Godric Knight is this one here, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Also has 5 health.
So the Godric Knight is not going to perform this attack because I'm starting in the lane. That's not where he is. So he's going to
Not
move
in this first round.
Not this, I know. I know he wants to do it. I know.
Do you know what? I didn't realize I had a pro here. I'm going to leave you to. I'm just going to let you guys do it.
No. That I know is an eye roll of you excited to
help
actually.
me.
You're like, no. He might kill you. Okay, so we have 3 damage
I
over
need
here.
help, so.
So I don't love that either. But then this guy, if this guy goes first, when I manipulate initiative, I manipulate 1 card only, right?
Yes.
Well, as in you get to move your card either 1 less space left or 1 space
So
right.
I can't control these 2.
No.
Okay, so I really hope this one comes first because he is going to move into my lane if possible, but he doesn't need to. He's going to step back, which will prevent him from stepping forward, but then I'll step forward anyway. I don't like it. Never mind. Okay, cool. Cool. I think I will go into the initiative line.
Just going blind. That's what I do.
Yeah. Okay.
All day.
I'll let you shuffle now.
Yeah, jeez. Okay. So.
Meanwhile, while that's happening, we can take our turn.
Okay. I'm gonna do. Interesting. So, just because I know we're gonna go do this, and then we're gonna start exploring anything, I might. It's gonna take me 2 turns. I think I'm gonna go. I don't need to do that one anymore. Okay.
So much.
Yeah, that's right. I was gonna go grab that, but I realized I don't actually.
Well, it doesn't hurt to grab extra resources, but absolutely, you could go there, use your Site of Grace to reset your flask, and then do other bits if you want to.
Yeah, I was thinking. I was like, maybe I can come here and then warp into there.
Yeah,
That
you
would
could help
be-
with that
because
combat.
I figured we will both
Yeah.
be able to.
Or
we're
you
probably
could, to be
gonna
honest,
start
or
from
you
here.
could make a beeline for the map pillar, and while Alex is fighting, you could go get that.
Oh,
You could
so
sneak
he's
past.
engaged with that token,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Essentially, interesting.
Yeah, these enemies are busy trying to kill Alex while you go down there.
Okay.
That means if this takes a few turns, you've still got something
It's
you
going
can
to
go
take a
do.
few turns, John.
Yeah, I think it's gonna
Okay.
take 2 turns.
Yeah, I mean, you're the pro.
Okay, you are the pro. I'm gonna come here. 1, I'm gonna take this.
So you just, that one stays where it is. That's,
Oh, it
that's
does?
fine.
Oh.
Yeah, that just keeps you running.
Ooh, that's good enough. Okay, so.
Well,
that-
because if you die, Alex, that's where you'll go back to.
Oh, good to know.
Good to know. Why do you say if you die like that?
I just
so-
think
so
you're facing
pointed. So that's 1,
2 foes. We've never seen a Godric Knight before.
2, 3. I'm just gonna go there.
Okay, so that will spend one of your tokens.
These, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Alex, let's do
I'm
this.
proud of you.
Okay, so I can move only 1, right?
Only one.
So I
So you
can't
can move. You
heavily-
can't move right, but you could move left and go before the Godric Soldier, if you wanted to.
I guess I might because I might have the opportunity to.
You
take
don't
him
have.
out.
You don't have to though.
No, I know. But I'm debating whether there's a chance I can even kill him. There's a chance based on the cards, but it seems less
Saying there's a
likely.
chance.
That's what I'm hearing. Okay, so we're gonna have this go. This guy's going to try to attack, but he cannot. So he therefore moves 2 over here.
Yep.
Then he's going to go ahead and strike me for 3, and then move forward.
He
but
wouldn't.
can't,
He
so
wouldn't.
he's-
Yeah. So
yes.
in which case, that's it.
So it's going to stay there. So he strikes me for 3. I'm going to go ahead and draw this card over here. And I don't care as much about attacking past that. So I'm going to draw that and discard this in order
Okay.
to...
So you've got 2 incoming damage.
Correct. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and draw this and be beautiful. Perfect. So I have a negate this one. So 2 incoming damage, which I block against. I'm going to draw 2 cards.
That's correct. 2 symbols.
Defended.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to get rid of these over here. And we're going to put this with my light attack discard over here and over here. Now, that was a full defense against his attack, which also means I could move. So I will take the opportunity to move forward 1 because I'm going to be very aggressive right now. Okay, I'm going to try to be aggressive. And then, although arguably I should be defensive, I'm going to be aggressive. Now, can I attack the Godric Knight with the Godric Soldier in the way?
Absolutely.
Okay, I don't want to, I just want to know. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we'll start with a... I can do 1, 2, 3. I think we'll do that way. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with a light attack over here against the Godric Soldier. We're going to draw 1 card. It's my first action, and that 1 card does a single
worth remembering, you're in this lane, so you get to draw an extra, and he's in this lane, so you get to draw another one as well.
I'm going to draw 3 cards, and we are going to do this one over here for 2 damage against him. Okay.
So the Godric Soldier is removed from the marching order.
2 damage. I did 2 damage against him.
Yeah.
Oh, he's 2.
got
Oh, he's
two
only
health.
2. Oh, he's only 2.
Yeah, those guys aren't too
That's
I
changed.
the wolves. I forgot the wolves last time.
That's changed your math completely now.
It does change my math completely, but I'm okay with that. I can work with that. Okay, these are like this. Okay, so we're done with that, and now this light attack is gone, and I now have 2 moves left. I'm intrigued because he's going to try to strike me in his lane, but I can move diagonally. So I think what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and resolve. Do I want to resolve? I have 2 moves left, and I can manipulate the order so I can go first. I like it. I'm going to deep slash him right there. We're just going to deep slash him. Okay.
It's a deep slash.
And we're going to draw 2 cards because I'm in that lane. So we draw 1, and we draw 2. So we're going to get that bleed token on him as well as 1 damage token. Oh, you already got a pile.
I've got a bleed.
Perfect. Okay.
So there we are. So 1 bleed
These
and 1
cards are
damage.
going to go away. That's my first. And then for my third and final attack, I'm just being brutal right now. And I'm going to go ahead and resolve Light Slash.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, I made a slight mistake. I was assuming I'd for sure be able to move, but there's not a guarantee.
You don't have to commit to it. You could just move.
I don't want. I want to hurt him.
I'll leave that to you.
I think I will save this and I'll be responsible. I'm going to go ahead and resolve moving that way, so he has to do a 3 damage attack instead of a 4 damage attack against me and call that a day.
So now you're going to manipulate this, and also known as choose where you're going to go because of the lane you're in.
Let them go first.
Over there.
Okay, perfect. To you, sir.
Okay, I think I am going to go 1, 2, and I am going to interact with
Cool.
this.
Congratulations. You guys now get to access that stack of tiles.
Ayo, let's go. And that is me.
That's your 3 actions. So you
You
do
use
need
a
to
token.
discard one of those tokens.
We do need another token. What do we do for this one again?
He just goes away to the side.
Yeah, no, I know what I'm talking about.
Oh, you need
that's
to combat. So that,
Oh, so that one's actually
providing this
almost
goes
done
well,
here.
you're pretty
Yeah,
much
yeah,
done.
that one's
So you
almost
just need to find the other stakes.
Yeah.
So, because I'm here, am I able to jump in, or is it just when you use
you
one
No,
have
when
to.
you
Doesn't
when
he
you
have
to? 'cause you're-
no, because you're distracting the enemy.
Oh,
essentially,
right,
so I can-
Yeah, this enemy is pretty interested in what's going on here.
Yeah.
But am I
okay.
able to jump in by being here? or is it
No,
just
you need to have one of those
Okay,
tokens.
good enough. Thank you.
Okay. And so if you jump into combat, we just have another person.
He would appear in one of those and then go into
But it
combat.
means it's a 2 versus 1 now.
You got it.
Intriguing. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and continue my turn. I went first. Samurai, so I could, because I went in that lane. Oh, interesting. I'm silly, aren't I? I'm not
Never
gonna take
never
back-
would I say
I'm
such
not
a
going to take
thing.
Silly
backsies.
goose?
I sidestepped him because he's going first, which was silly of me.
Oh, you could have gone first.
Yeah,
that's
but I'm
right.
not-
Well,
Take
again,
backsies.
you could have done that if you want to.
Dude, openly cheat. That's what I do.
No, as in, well, you could do if you wanted to that, because you can choose where the marching order goes. So you could have said, you know what, actually, I'll go like that.
Fine, we'll
and
let
I'll
him go
step backwards.
first. We'll control it to go first. Either way, take backsies, but less take backsies. Okay, we're going to have him go first.
It's your conscience.
It's my conscience.
It's all B-roll. People won't know what's going on. We can go openly cheat. They'd never know.
Yeah, okay, I'm going to
Just
go
make
ahead.
sure we keep that in the final cut.
Yes, exactly.
Quote me. Quote
Yeah.
me on that on the Kickstarter. You can openly cheat in this game.
Oh,
Yeah,
this is
no
so
one will know.
weird.
No one will know.
I'm going to go ahead and have him go
Except for your
first.
conscience.
So he's going to wander over to me over here. But this is also good because it means he'll step into the next row, which means I combat against him. more
Exactly
effectively.
it. Very sensible.
Okay.
That was a great plan of yours.
I feel like you're on my team subtly.
I'm the greater will.
We're going to go ahead and have him
The omnipotent me, you know, you're just like, I have no stake in this.
I
he's
am
gonna
the
attack me,
Erdtree.
And at this point, I think I'm actually going to go with, and this lets me move after 2, which means even
Yes.
better. Okay,
Although you
so-
probably can't block him with.
Whoa.
Oh, because he's hitting you. Yes, of course.
He's going to be for
I
3
thought-
damage. So I'm going to go ahead and play this. I want to hold on to this card. Do I
Makes
care about
sense.
this card? Yeah, because I do want more cards.
Well,
Okay,
you don't
so
have
I'm
any
gonna hold on
stamina to attack with otherwise. So,
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to go ahead and just draw a single card, and we have 2 defense and a move. So, he's
so
going to
actually, you
deal-
can move twice if you want to.
I could move twice, but I'm just going to walk up into his face just so I can smack him
Okay.
hard.
So that means you take 1 damage.
1 damage, yep, indeed. Okay, it means I
Okay.
did not fully defend, but I'm already moving, so I don't need that ability. And then that goes over here, and now I believe it is my... Oh, he steps forward, which is exactly what I want. And then I'm going to go ahead and start the process of... I guess I'll draw an attack card first and see what happens, because I might want to move last. So I'm going to draw a card over here. It's not an attack card. Okay, that's not necessarily a bad thing. but then I think I'll draw another card, and then we're going to go ahead and do a light slash for my final attack. That's going to let me draw 3 cards. So
3
I'm gonna
cards.
Draw 1, 2,
That's what you needed.
and 3. Okay, so I don't have any 3 symbols like you do. You have some 3
Apparently
symbols.
not, yeah.
So I'm going to draw that one over there, and we're going to go ahead and deal 2 damage to him, and I have to move.
And a bleed token. Sorry, it's a
not
move.
Not bleed. Okay. So did you do 2 damage?
So you did 2 damage to him?
damage, yeah.
I don't have another
So you
token.
should have it. Yep. Okay. Perfect. So he's getting close to death, but not quite there. At this point, I will step back 1 into my same lane, so that next turn I can go first and smack him dead.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, in the meantime, I'll let you take care of that. And
Yeah, I am going to explore since you're about to kill them. So move this over a little bit so I can. Okay. Let's explore. Keep the choose. Boom. Well, that didn't work at all.
many bows.
Okay.
It's another Site of Grace. Well, this one is protected by an enemy.
Ooh.
And
so that
it's
Site of
gonna
Grace
refresh-
will...
If you use a Site of Grace, it's going to refresh the 6 combat.
Yeah. So that Site of Grace will also start off face down because you haven't activated it yet.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Oh, yeah, it would, right. Now, but if I jump
Would
in...
it refresh itself too?
Yes.
Oh,
Good to know.
okay, so maybe we don't want it, but...
No, you can still use it, just understand.
Yeah, yeah, no. it's
Yeah,
just-
I don't know there's much advantage to going there for that one.
I don't think so. So I'm gonna explore. Man, I want to. Well, you're about to do this one, and I guess we just need to explore to find more.
We need-
these.
yeah,
more
So I guess
stakes.
I'm just gonna explore again. Oh gosh, enemies everywhere. They're everywhere.
Now you can choose where to put it in terms of if we don't want it to
Yeah.
be refreshed based on that.
Oh, I guess that's. A good
I don't know if it makes
well,
that much
I don't
difference.
think. I guess I can put it here, and then it wouldn't if we did use that.
Yeah.
That's not adjacent to that one. And we got a little palm leaf. And another friendo.
I don't think it's as friendly as you think.
That last one was fine. They were great. Those are great guys.
And I'm gonna
Yeah.
put my order
Yeah.
there. Gonna go first.
Okay, so I'm not going to be able to get an objective thing on here this turn. So I think I was going to explore a third time.
Makes
I'm gonna
sense.
kick it and just like see what we got. Okay. Oh, and this is one of those.
Spirit Springs.
These are one of these jump drives, right?
Yeah, so that basically means if you interact with that, you replace up to 2 hectares away.
That's right. That's sweet.
So you can go over walls with that as well.
And does this token go away when you use it?
No,
Oh,
still there.
sweet. Okay. Oh, that's good. Okay, so is there a specifically good place to put this walls wise?
Not based on where you are. Where you are is probably
Not
fine.
really. Yeah, let's just put it here because we are next to a wall, I suppose. Okay, cool. So next turn, I'll go grab this.
Yes, but at the moment, you're going to lose one of those.
Okay.
The Greater Will is not impressed that you're looking around with a set of binoculars.
That's fair. I am just like with binoculars, just like oh,
Start
that's
of
cool.
turn.
What's over there?
I'm gonna draw a card, and it's going to be an attack with a move. And so I think I'm going to. If I want to draw 3 cards, yes, I think I'm going to go ahead and move for my second action, and then
Yep.
draw 3 cards, hoping I can get at least a double. 1, 2, 3, and he's
That's a dead knight. Well done.
done there. I'm going to shuffle my deck shortly, but in the meantime, we get a token on this combat over here, which is now done.
That flips over.
Okay, we just need to get that last thing over here.
He's gone.
Pop
You
back
can,
into here.
here is your humanoid card.
Okay, perfect. Ooh, based on where you're at, and based on the fact, that's my turn. My turn's done.
That's up.
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah.
Okay, and I have Godric's Knight Gauntlets. What
So,
does this do?
so each different weapon, each piece of armor has a location it goes in, and each has a set as well. You can obviously, there's 4 different types. If you get full sets, then that's when you start getting lots of advantages as well. So this one particular one doesn't really have any
I was going to
special
say,
rules for
0
it.
defense is not quite as impressive as I like.
Yeah, but if you get the other Godric Knight parts, then you actually have something much more impressive.
Excellent.
So that just sort of drops down into your equipment card underneath.
Perfect.
I have a
Okay.
quick question about my Vagabond armor.
Yes.
So it says, when I play 2 or more cards to defend, would that include like discarding cards?
Yeah,
for hits?
absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
And this can go wherever that goes.
And then you were done, right? 'Cause you
I'm
got out of
done.
combat.
Done.
Okay, so I'm going to swing over here. I'm going to go 1. We're going to take this 2, which is going to slot onto there.
All good.
And I guess third, I'll just explore again. There's not something right here. No. Okay. We got an enemy, another Scully boy. Is there any? Let's not put it here. Just going to put it up here then.
Yep.
You can still pretty easily access.
Rows of enemies.
Just so many. Why are there so many? They're so mean. Okay.
Well, I mean, they say that to you. You've come to their house and started killing
To be
them.
fair, we are in their area. They're like,
Perfect. That was your
live
turn,
here.
right?
Yeah, that's my turn.
So grab a token.
Which one?
One of the Greater Wills.
What do you mean? He didn't.
Oh no, he did that. Sorry,
yeah,
ignore me.
yeah,
Yeah,
we're good.
ignore me. Yes.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm pretty sure he want to kill us,
that's
not
right.
you. For my turn, I'm going to start with a.
I think you're doing very well.
I'm going to pop this one down over here,
We're perfect.
which gives us a thing over there.
And you found Father Christmas as well.
So we have another one of those springs, and we have another one of these tokens here.
So they have a merchant.
Ooh. I guess I'll head down over here. That's 1, 2, and we're hoping you're going to find something next turn because
That's
we
the
got
hope.
2
Yeah,
of these.
I'm going to explore at least.
So I might help you with that by starting with an explorer, so you have another explorer if we need
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we don't know. I'm going to go this down. Yep. Okay. Glad I did that.
Jumps are in one spot, man. It's kind of a bummer.
Okay. So I could put this, although actually, I could put this over here even. In fact, I could even put it over here, which I think I was going to do. I don't know if I care as much about that.
All right. Sorry, camera people. We keep making you change your stuff.
Okay. Yep. Okay, so that was my second action. My first action was to explore, move, explore. Yep, that's my turn. We lose a timer.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to explore. Well,
We'll start with
once
one.
for sure, but yeah. Okay, boom. Let's put it here.
Do we have it? Do we have it?
Yeah,
We
we
have
do.
it. Okay, good.
We got a little animal friend.
Do you mind putting it here?
You want to see?
Because that would give,
Well-
gives me freedom of exploration.
Yeah,
Unless there's a
sure.
reason. Yeah.
No, makes sense.
Boom. All right. And then I'm going to go 2 and 3. And that's
There you go. And that's completed that.
Dun, dun, dun.
So when you flip that over, you get to flip the Chlorocyclate card, and let's see what that says.
Place the dungeon tile connected to any other tile of your choice. If a tarnished enters a dungeon, the exploration phase ends, and each player turns to page 16 of their quest.
And we'll start the boss fight.
Ooh.
Any
So we
tile
found the boss
of your
then, right?
choice.
Okay.
Now, is the timer still in play?
It's absolutely still in play.
Okay, and once we enter the boss fight, it doesn't matter at that point, right? So we technically have like 4 turns.
Yeah, you
to
can go
explore.
explore if you want.
Okay.
If you want to
Cool,
get some gear and stuff like
wanna get
that.
some gear and
Yeah, that's right. You're
Oh, he wants to go chat to his friend with the merchant.
That's what I want
Yeah,
to
that's
do.
what I'm saying. We're near a merchant. So I'm just gonna put this here. That way it's next to both of us. You can still
There's a
explore here if you
dungeon.
want
Yeah,
to.
there's a just drop the dungeon on there.
Okay, perfect. We have a dungeon
We
now.
found the boss.
And so at the end of my turn, we did put a token down. At the end of you, that was my turn. That was your turn. That was your turn. That was your turn. So now it goes to my turn. I think I'll go ahead and talk to our...
So would you like a secret, or
Yeah,
would you like to check
I'd
the
like the
merchant?
secret. Let's find the secret this time. Okay. Oh, so each merchant has their own secret, but the common stack.
That's correct.
Okay. You look like an enterprising soul. Do me a favor and I'll see you well rewarded. Keep this card in the tarnished inventory. If this tarnish interacts with the...
I have a
They
merchant.
discard this card and gain a smithing stone. Ooh, I can go to another merchant. 1, 2, 3. I can do that. Ooh. I can even do better. I can pop over here with this over here because of the springing well.
Yep.
And then
Your
immediately
smithing
interact with the merchant.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Okay,
With
cool.
smithing stone.
I'll need to go find it. So
Okay,
in the round
cool.
table hop.
Your turn.
But in the meantime,
And we lose a token.
yeah. No, I'm
You
going to
can-
find
you
that I
can-
can't
you
have.
can, You can even go to the merchant. Have some
No,
fun.
actually,
And then slightly embarrassed, I'm not going to have one of those at the table, sadly.
We're not going to have a smithing stone. We have a smithing stone.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's very cool for the next quest.
Yeah, well, it lets you upgrade your equipment when you get them. Good job, there. I like the inventiveness of. I'm just going to jump over there with a spirit string.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Does going on this tile enter the dungeon, or when you're on
No,
the tile?
when you actually interact with it.
Okay, cool. I can walk other ways. It's just out of curiosity. So let's go 1, 2. I think I'm going to talk to Father Santa Claus. Who's it?
So he's got a... I already took a special secret, so you can have that.
I'll do this one. Ooh, Rusty Sword. Jealous? Yeah, you are.
I'm a little jealous.
The merchant
Just going to give you his old tat now.
Yeah.
Did you need to discard one of those tokens if you didn't already?
Oh,
in
yeah,
your
you
turn,
did
Alex.
No, I did for my turn.
You're doing
Okay.
it?
Yeah.
I will do it on my turn. Merchant produces an ancient
yes, I
relic,
did.
surface pitted with rust, leather grip, rotted away. Sounds great. Keep this card in this tarnished inventory. Of course, why wouldn't I keep it? Tarnished buys a blacksmithing toil card during the round table hold phase. Return this card to the vault and retrieve card 001. Okay, I can turn it for something else maybe.
Okay, so that's
That was
that.
my
And now we
three,
lose
so
one.
yeah.
So I have one more turn. I think I'm going to take one more turn. I'll let you enter if you want.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
Because we
so
both
I'm
get
gonna-
sucked into the
You
boss
want
fight,
the you want the secret?
Yeah, I do want to see the special secret.
There you
Dude,
go.
You know me so well. I hear that terrible beasts fear fire even more than cold steel. Keep this card in the tarnished inventory. If the beastman of Fire Mazula is hit by a fire pot, is that the boss of fighting against? Is hit by a fire? Do I have a fire pot?
You don't have a fire
I
pot.
have a fire pot.
Oh, you do have a fire pot.
Yeah.
Discard
I thought
this
you
card
had
to
one.
inflict 2 stun tokens in addition to the normal effects. So it was stun, not staggered.
Stagger.
It says stun.
I know.
It's staggered.
It
Got
should
it.
be stagger.
Okay, cool. Inflict 2 stagger tokens in addition to the normal effects. Excellent. So we're going to keep that over there. That was a good secret.
That was
I
a
like
good
that
secret. I like.
That's nice.
Yeah,
And
it's
I'll
good.
spend my next 2 actions. I think that he's heading there.
Do you
and I'm going to go
need
ahead.
to heal up or anything? Do you want to come in here? Oh,
Yeah, you have to fight if you go there.
that's right. That's right. You can't do that until you
Yeah.
had a fight. Okay, never mind.
I'm only locked down 1 health. I can take it. I can walk into it. All right? I'm going to go draw another merchant. We have a glowstone. Discard this card to move across a barrier during the exploration phase. That would be very cool. Not as helpful now.
A while ago.
Just rumors. Again.
You've talked to this guy before.
He's
He wasn't very
He's
interested.
got great stories though.
It's a good story. I
Really
believe
good
we lose one of these.
You
Not
did?
just from a purely just rule stance. as soon as that token's discarded, we lose.
No, if you have to discard one of those,
So
you
technically,
can't.
You
Then
can
you
do it on
lose.
your turn.
yeah, but I wouldn't make it, so you'd have to do it on your turn.
All right, well, let me talk to this
agreed.
person one
Well,
time.
when we finish
and then I'll-
shuffling that deck,
Oh yeah, let's go ahead
And
and
then
draw
I'll
just rumors. Watch it be just rumors.
No, it's closed down. Jealous. Move across a barrier. Very useful right now.
Yeah.
That
close
was
done
one.
for everyone.
I'll go to. Actually, I'm going to use this move across the barrier. Can I make this work? No, I can't.
Gets across the
I
obstacles.
want-
I can't make
go
my way back
here.
now.
I'll jump back. Wait, hold on. Wait.
If you do that, then
No, I
you will
don't have
fail.
enough turns. Well, like,
Yeah.
dang it.
Yes.
I mean,
I'm
you do it for the
going to
coolness.
use this, go here, and then jump back to here.
And then
Be
watch
real cool.
us fail.
Yeah, exactly. So that's fine.
All right, now we dive into the dungeon.
Us too. And we'll break at that point for me to quickly grab the board and set it
Perfect,
up. But yeah.
Excellent.